This is the scene after the theater scene. Um, Iago has the net of Hephaestus in his hands. He looks at it and becomes a snake and starts perceiving the plan of how he can victimize this demon in the eyes of Othello, that he has sex with Cassio. Emilia is cleaning the floor and she finds the scarf and the wreath, the head wreath that this demon has left behind. She wraps it and she's getting ready to take it back to her mistress and join her in the room. Iago stops her and says, "Can I have it?" She says, "No." He says, "Can I have it?" "No." And he's upset. And she said, "If you want to have it, you have to go through my body." So again, he uses his technique of offering her pleasure in exchange for her favor. And this is the ultimate underlying relationship of that couple, that they have sex with a purpose, with mutual benefits for each other. She's she's supposed to be the epitome of a feminist, that she uses the men to get her own personal pleasure. He's supposed to be the epitome of a manipulating snake that uses sex to get his way. So they both kind of use each other, and that's the basis of their husband and wife relationship. He caresses her and has a little bit of fake stage sex with her, and she gives him she leaves and she gives him the scarf and the soul, and she goes back. At that point, Cassio walks in, totally still upset in his own world that he lost his status. Bianca goes and tries to console him and tell him, let me offer you my body. Let me soothe your wounds with sex, or the best way I know. Iago is on stage. He's still holding the scarf and the net, and he's scheming his way through their rejection pas de deux. He then calls Bianca aside and tells her, "I know how you can lure him. You take that soul, wrap yourself with a skull and that wreath, and go and appeal to him and make him take the soul, and you can have sex with him and you can soothe him." Bianca takes almost her clothing off, puts the wreath and the scarf, and appears to Cassio, who is left on the side of the stage, still lamenting his loss of everything. And she starts slowly luring him. Again, this is the showing the relationship of that padre. Again, they're using sex to get out of each other. He's getting sex to get his military aggression and his personality of being an aloof and fun-loving person. She's getting it because she wants, as a courtesan, to envelope and trap an officer and move higher and marry him and go higher up the ladder. So again, they're using sex to an end in a different way, but it's still the basic principle. Slowly, Cassio starts forgetting his sorrow and gets into the body of Bianca, and she lures him behind the stage where they both undress. And she has the scarf only around her body, the wreath, and her silhouette looks exactly like the silhouette earlier in the dance grape scene of Desdemona. Iago now brings Othello in as if they are looking at guns and inspecting the castle. Othello sees behind the scene. He's convinced that she's wife with Cassio, and he has a mini frenzy scene of his own with lamenting. The more he sees them having sex, the more crazy he gets. He falls devastated on the floor. Iago starts making his way out, and as he walks out, from different parts of the scene. This At this point, the snake start walking in, and they join, and they start aiming at Othello to surround him and go for their final poisoning. Slowly, the stage light disappears, so the vision of the porn scene, the pornographic scene, is gone, and we focus at the front where the snakes surround Othello and go for their final attack and poisoning him. They surround him. He's lamenting, almost lost, almost before the stage, before getting totally crazy and letting it all loose. Only the snakes can touch Othello, and only he can interact. All the others, Iago is not aware of them. He's one of them, but he's not aware. Nobody else sees them. So they do their little dance. We can bring the women in first. These are some great ideas. And here is also another innovation I'm trying. Instead of cannons with the hands, which is oriental and it's been overused by Pité, by everybody, I'm trying to introduce snake cannons with the legs, either in total synchronization or falling the one after the other, reversing. We might want to just have the women do it because they have more flexible feet, and then the men join as if the snakes are multiplying. We'll see how we're going to landscape it, but this is definitely the second big moment that the snakes have, the corps de ballet, to show the innovation of the black, what we call the black ballets now, not anymore the white ballets. We pick up the legs when they look like snakes, and we'll choreograph. We'll see what also the girls can do and work with what can do. This is only an indication, and we pick up the things that can be done and the things that we can choreograph. Finally, the snakes are all, the full company is like snakes. They surround Othello, they go around him and start suffocating him, and he's totally loses it. And this is like his mad scene. He's totally poisoned. The guy's too balletic here, but he has good jumps and good movement. We just have to make the hands look more crazy, more involved. The body, like the poison, has gotten totally in his blood, and he's ready to commit the murder that the snakes want him to commit. And the snakes, of course, are his jealousy, blind jealousy. Now they go around him, they come all around through his body, they form into a big giant snake that starts exiting the stage, and he, devastated, is following them as if they totally command him, and his hands in a position like he's ready to strangulate whomever the snakes really indicate to him. And slowly, with his hands making strangulation and march and feeling, the lights start fading out and complete block out. This is again after the end of scene 4 in Act 1. This particular scene again is the opportunity of us to showcase the black ballet, corps de ballet. So it's important, and I have a lot of things in mind. I'm welcoming input. The most important thing for us is to see what the girls and the boys can do, so we can take that and shape it around the formations that we have. With the right lighting, it's going to be spectacular. The whole idea, as I said, is this is the full poisoning. Poisoning, like in the case of Alexander the Great and everything, is not happening with drinking a poison and go. It's happening slow. It just penetrates the blood. So in every scene that the snakes are coming, there is more snakes, and there's more snakes, and there's a little bit more poisoning, a little bit more poisoning, and here we have reached finally the total culmination of poisoning, where he's totally, totally convinced that she's totally, totally an infidel wife and she needs to be murdered. So this is really the success of the scene, and the success of the corps de ballet to show as we're multiplying and moving through the storyline.